Hi, everyone. All right, so we're going to do this live weekly love readings for all the signs. So, earth, water, fire, and of course, air. So, we're going to start with the astrology for this week. So, we're looking at Venus. What's Venus getting into this week? So, we have from starting June 8th, we have a Venus contra parallel to Jupiter. And what this is all about is kind of like we're feeling a bit optimistic right now, and we're ready to take a chance on love. We're ready to give someone or something from the past the benefit of the doubt, possibly a second chance. It's going to arise within relationships with other people, not only for romantic relationships, but also for friendships as well as like family members, things like that. But we have to be mindful of this because if we are going to give second chances, it has to be because they really have changed, okay, thoroughly, not just because they're telling you that they've changed. They really have to really walk their talk, so to speak, okay? So it's better not to, I would say, overstate or make big promises, or even kind of like have them make big promises to you, because again, it feels like there is this wanting for these people to be back in your life, but are you really wanting them because you had a good relationship with them before, or are you wanting them because you're lonely? Okay, you've got to be honest, all right? So that's for June 8th to the 9th. So then Venus sextile Chiron from June 10th to 11th. For this one, we're going to have the tendency to look at something or look for something that's wrong in our relationships, okay? We're going to get like nitpicky, so to speak. And there's going to be a lot of possible jealousies that rise up, or it just makes it seem that way. Maybe you're going to be nitpicking at your partner for you thought that they were flirting with someone, but they were actually being nice. You know, that happens a lot to Libras in relationships. But you know, this is the energy that we're walking into during this time. Okay, so next one is Venus sextile semi-sextile Mercury, and that's later on July 4th to 5th. So I'll talk to you guys about that one later. But this is what Venus is doing. We are moving into void of course today of the moon. That means it's the last or the final like it's a wave. What is it called? It is kind of like this final phase before it actually goes into a new moon. So we're in the moon, and it's in the position of Aquarius right now. So there's going to be a lot of different energies that you're going to feel, but you're going to be more or less in a general sense kind of like an unfavorable for any type of new beginning right now, because it's a waning moon. So we have to make sure that we're not focusing on something new when we have some stuff that we wanted for the full moon. Okay, it's about having a positive mindset for the stuff that we asked for the full moon, instead of trying to think ahead, like a mile ahead or something like that. So not a good time for you to start new projects or anything like that right now. Okay, let's see what else the chart is gonna show. Okay, so that's all I have for the astrology. Let me see. Let me just make sure. The positions. Yep. Void of moon. That's it. Yep. All right. So now we're going to move on to the readings. So our first one's going to be for all of the earth signs. I usually like to do the major arcana separate from the minor arcana, because the minor arcana is just the energy that you have to work with, and then the major will be the energy that is of the entire week. Okay, so earth signs, we're going to pull a major arcana card for the energy of this week for you guys first. Okay, let's see. Ooh, I think I pulled this I think it was for the water signs. Right. So you guys got the Magician. Okay. So again, this is for love readings. Okay. And now we're going to do the minor arcana. So first up is going to be Taurus. Okay. Capricorn is next. And then Virgo. Ooh, you guys have really good cards today. All right, so we have the Magician for the energy of this week. So the Magician represents manifestation, okay? It also represents focusing energy into something that you want to create. So if you're focusing on love, you're focusing on wanting to create a harmonious relationship with someone else, or even wanting to have more love if you're already in a relationship, wanting to have more love in it, then that's what we're focusing right now. We're focusing on love. We're focusing on bringing it in and to every aspect of our lives, to include ourselves. Okay, self-love is really important right now, especially for the Magician. The Magician works through it with energy, but the energy works through him. Okay, so if you're wanting love in your life, you have to bring love within. Okay, and so that will be very very important for manifesting this particular energy in. Okay. So for Taurus, you have the Ace of Raphael. So aces are usually new beginnings, but the ace in this case is because it's the Ace of Cups, or the ace, is kind of like a romantic affiliation right now. This is about a new emotional experience with someone. This is about a new relationship, or possibly if you're already with someone, it's about reigniting the passions that you have for one another. Possibly you guys going on a like one of those date nights or whatever, relationship people, couples that do that, like having a date night and going somewhere new. Taurus, I know that's kind of scary because you like staying in the same places, ordering the same food, but you have to allow yourself to explore. Okay, so that your partner's actually going to push this, something new to do for date night, not just the same movie, dinner and a movie thing. It's going to be something exciting. It's going to be something like possibly going for a walk, on the beach if you can in your state, or possibly going for a nature hike, something new that's going to reignite that connection with your partner. Okay. So this is something for those who are single Tauruses, someone new is coming in, or possibly someone from the past, just like with the Venus energy in Jupiter, you're possibly going to give someone a second chance. Again, be very careful, be very mindful, and understand that if you give someone a second chance, you're bringing it all with you. Okay, if you still have these hurt feelings because of the things that happened in the past, then I wouldn't recommend that, Taurus. Okay, if it wasn't like that, if you guys just couldn't date each other or something was in the way, make sure that they're free completely, Taurus. Okay, so it's really important. All right, really important to really analyze this person, or if it's a new person, make sure that there's somebody that you could actually see yourself learning from, as well as growing with. Okay, so that's what that's all about. So the next one is for Capricorn. And Capricorn, you have the Three of Raphael, so it's something to celebrate. Okay, so it feels like there's a new partnership coming in for you, Capricorn. There's somebody that is going to announce themselves. It's possibly that your relationship with your current partner is going to see a different way of like succeeding in goals and things like that. It feels like there's business associated with this celebration, or possibly you might announce, or your partner might announce that they're pregnant. Who knows? It feels like there's a new energy coming in, possibly children, possibly an announcement of engagement, or setting a wedding date, things like that. But you have a lot of reasons to celebrate, Capricorn. You haven't had it that rough this year. You still have a lot of different things that you're doing at once, and you still find abundance in that. Okay, and you still find gratification and satisfaction in that. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Capricorn. Next one is the Four of Ariel, and this one's for Virgo. So Virgo, the Four of Ariel is all about, it's the Four of Pentacles. So it's all about money. It's all about receiving help as well. Okay. It's give and receive. You've done that. You've been there for a lot of people, and you've made a lot of, like a lot of good friends when it came to giving your time as well as your guidance to people. And so they're finally able to give it back to you. Okay, Virgo, they're finally able to pay it back, so to speak. Okay. And so with that being said, the same thing within a relationship. It's like I feel like Virgos have this tendency to find a partner where they're not at that level like Virgo is when it comes to success, but there is still potential. You know what I mean? Like Virgo's all successful, and then there's a partner's like, okay, I see their potential though. And so now, because you've waited or you've actually assisted your partner, with their career, or maybe they were going to school and things like that, and they're finally graduating, they're finally getting a good job, it's finally worth the wait, Virgo. It's finally worth the burden of you being the number one, provider. Okay. Like that's what I always see Virgos like that. It's pretty funny, but it's true. Like they always go out of their way to be the provider, or they go out of the way to support someone and help them rise up to the level and the standard that Virgo knows that they can actually achieve. Okay. So this one is the Four Ariel is you finally getting that, gratitude back. You finally getting the money back that someone knows you. You finally, all of these things finally coming back. Okay. It's for you. Okay. Especially because you need it the most right now, Virgo. It's kind of like things were slow in life for a while due to what's going on in the world. And now people are just like, hey, I got that money for you. Or, hey, your partner's like, hey, I graduated. Now we can celebrate. Now we can go get that house that we wanted to get, or that new car that you've needed, things like that. So it feels like you're finally feeling stable in your relationships. Okay, Virgo. So that's pretty awesome. So that's what I have for you, earth signs. Next, we're going to do water signs. And again, we're going to do the same process. Major arcana will be the main energy of the week. And then the minor arcana will be the energy for each sign. Okay, so water signs. Let's see what energy you have for this week. Woo! Okay. Ooh. And then let's see for Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces. Whoa, Pisces. All right. So we have the sun for water signs. So everything that I'm feeling with this energy, with this card, especially for romantic relationships, is that you guys are on the right path. Okay. If you had doubts about your partner, the sun is showing you, hey, we're actually giving you, the power back. We are finally showing you the light, at the end of the tunnel. When it came to your relationships, there's probably conflict because of, quarantine and stuff. But there seems to be a sense of relief, a sense of knowing that you are with the right person, okay? Or a sense of knowing that you are on the right path towards meeting the right person, okay? So that's what I feel for this energy of the sun for your guys' week. So here we go. Scorpio, you got the 10 of Gabriel. Now, this is a 10 of Wands. So this is like almost at the end of a cycle. So it feels like you are finally meeting people who are going to assist you in the long run with lightening your load when it comes to work. It feels like for your partner, for example, they're taking more responsibility around the house. They're actually helping you if you're married or you have children. They're helping you around the house. They're helping you with the children. If you have to take them to soccer practice or sports or whatever, whoever states are allowing that. Yeah. And then it feels like also that you've been working so hard. I feel like when I tap into Scorpios, there's always a medical professional. There's always like, they're always busy, right? Scorpios are always busy with work. And so it feels like your partners are definitely seeing that, all the hard work that you've been doing, and then coming home and having to do even more work at home. So they're seeing that, and they're giving you the relief that you need. Okay. It feels like another thing, if you're a Scorpio and you're single, it feels like you are finally meeting people who are like-minded, okay, like in the dating pool. It also looks like there's people who are as motivated as you to help, okay, where they're gonna be trying to assist you in a way of like asking you questions like, hey, how was your day, kind of like more or less like a therapeutic assistance, so that you could just release your day, talk to them about it, things like that, and be heard. Okay, so there is a lot of there's a sense of just understanding for you, Scorpio, okay, within these relationships. The next one is Cancer. So Cancer, you got the Nine of Raphael, and this is all about making your wishes come true. Ask and you shall receive. That's what I keep hearing. Ask and you shall receive. So anything that comes into your reality is because you wished into your reality, especially with romantic relationships. When you are looking for a partner, you really do wish on a wishing star, and you really do get lucky in love, especially when it comes to like-minded individuals who have you might end up with someone who is either the total opposite of you, but still can maneuver your emotions, like be able to navigate through your sea of emotions. But it's a good thing. And then you do have a tendency to attract like-minded individuals that know exactly how you feel when it comes to the way that you perceive the world and the feelings that you get about people. Okay, they don't look at you like you're crazy. All right. And so so that's what I'm feeling for you guys, Cancer, or there's a lot of different energies coming in. If you're a single Cancer, I feel like you have a lot of options right now, but now you have to make a choice. Again, looking at, because Venus and Jupiter energy are kind of like coexisting right now. Make sure you thoroughly understand who is the right choice for you. Like, really weigh your options, okay? Because there's a lot of them. All right, so just don't really rush into things, but just make sure that you understand that, okay, Cancer. You have way too many options, I would say. All right, so next one is Pisces, and this is the Eight of Gabriel and the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this is like kind of like a little bit of conflict coming up for you, possibly within your romantic relationship. Maybe your partner has been going through a lot and has neglected to see that you are also going through a lot, emotionally speaking, and it's because what you're doing is you're doing a lot of work for them, where you're transmuting a lot of their energy, a lot of their stress, a lot of their emotions, and it's kind of filtering into you, Pisces. And so because of that, you might feel a little bit neglected. It might start an argument, and because you're voicing it, or it might even start like a misunderstanding. And just be ready for that, because your partner's not used to you being like so like upfront about like, hey man, you're not paying attention to me. Or maybe they are and they just don't want to hear it right now. But I feel like there's conflict coming up, but you need to stand your ground about this. And also making sure that you communicate. Okay, that's the key. We are in the season of communication, which is Gemini season. So communicate your wants and your needs right now, so that your partner knows that. If they are neglecting you in some way, let them know. Okay, it might not seem like a big deal for them, but it is for you, Pisces. It really is. And so just let them know exactly what you feel. All right. There's nothing wrong with that. Even if it creates like an argument, still they need to know. All right, you can't just You can't just shut down. All right. And if you are a single Pisces, you know, there again, it feels like you are attracting different personality types, but they need to know exactly where your mind is at when it comes to relationships. They need to know exactly what you expect of them in a relationship and what you're not going to tolerate, Pisces. Because sometimes, you know, Pisces, you're so sweet. Sometimes you just don't want to say something so that it won't create conflict. But it's really time for you, because of the 8 of Gabriel energy is a fire energy, is really time for you to really speak your truth, really let them know, so that you can weed out the ones that are not here, who are not pure of heart, who are not here for the long run, okay? Who are not going to be the ones that are going to respect you and your boundaries, all right? So that's what I have for the water signs. Okay, next is the fire signs. Let's see. Fire. All right, so fire signs. Let's see what we're going to do for the energy of this week for the major arcana. Of course, you guys. Of course, you guys get this card. All right, so now we have, we're going to pick cards for, oops. Hold on. That didn't, there we go. I was like, that didn't shuffle well. All right, so we're going to pick cards for Leo first. Leo. Let's see what you have. And then for Aries, let's see, Aries. And then finally, Sagittarius. Woo! Well, there's a lot of water energy. All right, so you guys got the Lovers card. The Lovers, yay, you know? All right, so for this one in particular, what I'm feeling for you fire signs, yes, it's a Lovers card. That means that you're more or less being asked to reflect on your relationship this week, like with someone. If you do have one, if you don't have one, is reflecting on the past, what you did not like about your exes, or what you did admire about them, being honest about it too. You know, just sometimes like fire signs tend to be like, well, F them, you know, whatever, like they're an ex for a reason, right? But there was something about them that attracted you to begin with, okay? And so that being said, usually when we are attracted to somebody, they have a quality about them that we might lack, or possibly they have a quality about them that we have like very similar to it, okay? And so that being said, if you're a single fire sign right now, it's all about reflecting on that, on, okay, what's the qualities that these people had that attracted me to them to begin with? Why did this relationship go this long? And then why did the relationship end so quickly? You know, things like that. It's all about that reflection, because what we are doing, fire signs, is we are creating we're getting ready for the next one, okay? For the next partner that's going to come in. And we have to be really honest with ourselves and seeing exactly what we like and what we don't like about certain traits, certain personalities, things like that, okay? So that's what the Lovers card is saying about you guys who are single. But for you guys who are with someone, this is about reflecting on your actual relationship. Like, where is it going? How did it begin to progress in the way that it's progressing right now? If it's good or bad for you, mentally speaking, like your thoughts about it, okay? So this is a lot of mental body things, okay? And because the mental body is definitely stimulated right now because of we are in Gemini season, that then stimulates the physical body or the spirit. It reignites that passion within you. So if you have to analyze your relationship and understand why is it that it's the way that it is right now. Maybe you're not satisfied with it. Maybe you are satisfied with it. Like, what are you doing good? What is your responsibility in the way that it's going as well? Okay. So that's what this energy is about, is a reflection, as taking accountability as well as responsibility for your own self and your role in these relationships. Okay. So we have for Leo, the Two of Michael. So this is the Two of Swords. So this is a woman usually that is bound. It's not bound, but she is blindfolded and has two swords crossing. But in this card is two unicorns about to fight. But they're in like the beach and there's water around, so that kind of indicates emotions. Okay. And so it feels like you got to make a better choice, Leo, when it comes to relationships. It feels like, Leo, you're getting to the stage in your life where you are even saying that you rather be alone. Like for you single ones out there, like you rather be alone than be with someone who X, Y, and Z, right? And so, Leo, your energy is just like, you either the universe is like, what do you want, Leo? Just tell me what you want. And then you're just like, well, it's not that easy. And then the universe is like, yes, it is. Like, tell me what you want. Like, for real, Leo, like, tell me exactly who you want in your life. Like, it is that easy. And so don't make it don't make it too complicated. And there's time for compromise as well. Okay, so don't overanalyze it either. It feels like you have to just make a choice. You have to either choose to remain in the path that you're on as a single Leo, or choose that to be ready for love. Okay, so again, it's a choice. All right, it's a choice, because guess what, Leo? If you do choose that you want love, then you got to go out there and put yourself out there. All right, you got to go into public locations and and interact with people. And go on dates and stuff. So that's what the universe wants you to know, is like, you have to really do it. If you really want someone in your life, you have to really go out there and interact. So for those who are with someone, it's all about analyzing, like I said before. But if you're an unhappy person, if you're unhappy with your relationship, you really got to be honest about it. You really got to be like, look, I feel like this or that or whatever. And just let them know, like, hey, I feel like we need to work on this together. Or if you don't want to work at it at all, then it's time to break up. Okay. Whatever it is, if it does feel like you're being held back, or that you feel like you're trapped, or that you feel like you're obligated to remain for a reason. Okay, Leo, and that's not a good thing. All right. So please speak to your partners. If you are feeling this way, have that conversation. Be honest. Okay. Don't waste your time or theirs. Okay. And so, that being said, Leo, if you are not feeling this way, if you really do love your partner, then, keep doing what you're doing. Keep the spark, keep the fire ignited in your love life, because if that fire dims in some way, shape, or form, you have to take responsibility for your half of that. Okay. So that's what I have for Leo. So next is the Four of Raphael, and this is for Aries. So this is all about seeking possibly another way of looking at your relationship. Like, it feels like, Aries, you are similar to Leo, but not as intense, like the relationship dynamic, I would say. And this one in particular is about being aware of your triggers. Okay, Aries, like being aware of what triggers you and why you lash out, why you almost burn people, why you want to throat punch somebody. All right. So again, it's about an analysis. All right. So analyzing the past. There's a possibility that who you're with, what I'm seeing is that the conflicts arise usually because either they can't take a joke, or they don't know when you're joking, or they say something rude and you're just like, wow, like calm down, because you're really chill, Aries. You're usually really chill. And so if they take your words in the wrong way, that's usually what creates the conflict, because then they get mad at you, they say something snippy, and then you get mad back, and you usually win, right? So you usually win. So if that's happening in your relationship, just sit with yourself and ask yourself, why is it that this is going on? This is a possibility that you're both getting triggered. There's possibly some words that are said that are kind of like those trigger words. There's a possibility that it's because it's from the past. All right, from past relationships. There's probably a need for healing for both of you, or there's probably like a reminder for you in particular, Aries, of someone in the past who mistreated you. And so you don't want that in your relationship at all. Okay. You don't want that reminder. You don't want any of that type of behavior in your current one. And that's perfectly reasonable. Okay. So the next thing for Aries who are single, the same thing. If you're not with someone, if you're looking for someone, but you're like, oh my God, these people are just not the not who I'm looking for. It seems to be that you're being reminded that you have to ask for what it is that you really desire, and also being aware of your emotions and being aware of again, personality differences. There's also a need for you to seek a different route or different road or different app to use to meet new people. There's a lot of possibilities that are going on. Maybe you just are not really wanting to have a relationship, Aries. Maybe you're just wanting to get to know people just to get to know them. Like you don't really desire to go further than that. Okay. So whatever you do, Aries, is whatever you feel is best for you. But always understand that you should always be aware of what it is that you are feeling. Okay. Why is it that you don't like certain things, or certain personalities, or certain people, or certain words, things like that. So it's all about really focusing on that. Okay. And that's how we start healing ourselves, when we start to know what the root cause is. Okay. So next one, this was for Sagittarius, and this is the Ace of Raphael. This is all about new beginnings, but also for a new relationship. So if you have, this is for the single Sagittarius, and this could this could possibly apply for you guys who are not really single but are not happy with your relationships. So there seems to be a new relationship starting. Okay. A new romantic affiliation, a new exciting person is coming into your life, someone who's really connecting with you in a deeper way than you're used to. Okay. It's not all just sexual and superficial. It is more of like a mental, as well as I would say physical type of connection, where you desire to be with them because you actually desire to have conversations with them, and you possibly talk on the phone until it gets dark at night. So like you feel like you're a teenager again, with this person. It's pretty funny to see that. But I also feel like this is because there's a spiritual connection, a spiritual dynamic within your relationships, where you understand yourselves intuitively. You might even have that psychic connection where you just know what each other's thinking without even saying it. Okay. So there's this really different bond that I'm seeing between you and this person. if you are with somebody, the same thing. It's like you're kind of reviewing this dynamic that you have with your partner right now, and you're seeing how blessed you really are. I know I've been reviewing, as a Sagittarius, I've been reviewing my relationship with my partner, and I see how, I'm so filled with gratitude because of him, where I've learned so much about myself and about him, these 7 years that we've been together, and it hasn't been anything but, a blessing for me. And that's really not, I would say that's really not something that I say every day, because every other partner before him hasn't been this way at all. Like, it's just been total opposite. No, it has, it's, of course we have discussions and things like that, and sometimes we don't agree with a lot of things, but we always come to a compromise, or we always sit and really talk to one another. Like, hey, I know that, this happened. I know that I don't agree with you with this, but hear me out. There's always communication. And that's the beauty about it. And so I think for every relationship, when it comes down to it, if there is a disagreement, there's always got to be communication because of it. You can't just shut each other down, and that's what I appreciate about him. He never shuts me down and I never shut him down. And that's rare, because we, both of us, come from other relationships that have been very like that, brutal, like, oh, I don't want to hear it anymore type of relationships, dynamic or whatever. And so anyway, so Sagittarius, it feels like you're definitely looking at your relationship right now, and you're really feeling like you're really truly blessed. Like, you're really truly, you really got this one right. Like, you really did it, So that's what I have for you, fire signs. All right. So next one is air signs. Let's see what we have for air signs. Okay. All right. Let's see, air signs. Air signs. Oh, not that one. Okay. I had like 2 of them stuck together, so I couldn't pull that one. Okay, here we go. Ooh. All right. A lot of feminine energy that's going to come in, air signs. So be ready. Okay, let's see. Aquarius. I said feminine energy, and sure enough, that's a feminine. Libra. And finally, Gemini. All right. Yeah, very feminine energy. Okay. So for this week, air signs, you got the Empress energy. So big Empress energy. So you have, it feels like you are in a state of creating, okay, of manifesting. So it doesn't, it's kind of like the Magician, but like more or less, of a creation stage. Okay, so you guys are like seeing your plans, like looking at like what you've you're reaping what you sow, pretty much. So everything that you've started, like project wise, is finally coming out into the world for everyone to see, and you're being rewarded because of it. All the success that you've done with this stuff, as well as you're being recognized for this. I feel like there is a lot of energy, like a lot of feminine energy behind it. Okay, so possibly for you, air signs who are masculine, there seems to be a support system of feminines behind you. Like there's like, it's like I see like you air signs men are like being lifted up by women. What a dream, right? Like being cheered on by your women friends, or possibly your mom, women in your life, pretty much. And so like you're super supported by them. And so that's what I'm seeing for you guys. And that's a good thing, because if they have your back, then you're going to be fine. You're really protected. All right. So Now I have for Aquarius is the Queen of Ariel. So this is why I said feminine. So Queen of Ariel. So this is the Queen of Pentacles. So I keep pulling money, 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 money for Aquarius. I swear to God, like it's always like about like abundance, material wealth, possibility that you are, if you're in a relationship, possibility that you're gonna make a family, like have a family soon. You might be pregnant. One of your partner might be pregnant. You might be pregnant if you're a woman. Things like that. Something like that. I feel like there is something new, something coming in that is gonna make you feel like everything's coming true, like all your dreams are coming true. You want the perfect family life. Possibly it's because you didn't have such a good one when you were younger, or even like having a new house. Like I'm seeing new home, new residence. I'm seeing new car. You guys coming together, putting your money together, and manifesting this into reality. Okay. I'm also seeing, like a connection, a really deep connection for those Aquariuses who are single, with someone who's really well off, I would say, who has means, or who has a creative spark within them to bring the means in. Okay. So, and it's also a motivating personality that'll motivate you, Aquarius, to bring the means in, like meaning that you're going to be motivated to manifest what it is that you desire. Okay. Materialistically speaking, or even, family. Okay. And so that's awesome. You guys are doing, I don't know what you're doing, but don't stop doing it. Okay, Aquarius. All right. Next one is Libra. So you got the Nine of Gabriel, Libra, and this is another good card. Like you guys, I swear, all our air signs are just manifesting everything. So the Nine of Gabriel is like the Nine of Wands. So it's kind of like, make sure you stay motivated on the path that you desire, the path that you already cleared for yourself. Okay, Libra. When it comes to relationships, make sure you tend to that relationship. Okay, you tend to that garden. Okay, you planted that seed already in the relationship. Now all of your fruits are growing together and everything like that. So it's time to continuously tend the garden, to grow together and to keep feeding it. Okay, so that everything that you guys both desire will come to fruition. Okay, so another thing for Libras who are single about tending the garden, it's about your garden. Okay, like making sure that you, if you're single and you really want to be with someone, you make sure that you take care of yourself first. All right, this is all about focusing energy into yourself, like love energy, as well as focusing it towards the direction where the universe is going to manifest your perfect partnership. Okay. It feels like because of the feminine energy behind this, with the Empress energy, you're really going to start pulling in people of the feminine kind, or possibly if you're a woman, Libra, and you are wanting a partner who really understands you thoroughly, emotionally speaking too, then you're going to pull in a partner who is a little bit more open about that, about expressing himself, his desires and his emotions. It feels like a water sign partner, to be honest, with you, or possibly has water in their chart. Okay. For the Libras who are with someone, I also feel like you guys are building something. Okay, you're building something together, like a business negotiation, or some type of new deal together, where you guys are going to make a lot of money from it. Okay, you guys are going to live a life of luxury as well as comfort together. Okay, Libra. So it also feels like, Libra, you who are single, you do tend to attract men or women who are a little bit well off. All right, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just it does feel like they're kind of like good at business. And so that's what I'm seeing for you guys, like someone who's really good at business, who's really good at money. like making money and retaining it. All right. Who isn't frivolous. So that's what I have for you guys for Libra. Next one is Gemini, the moon. Oh shit, Gemini. There's a lot of feminine energy right now for you. Okay. So for Gemini, it's about emotion. It's about femininity. It's about creation as well. It's about going into the darkness and shining your light. It's about really, really integrating, your intuition into this reality, like making sure that Geminis are really good at having the polarities down, where masculine and feminine, opposites attract, things like that, and understanding what this world is all about, like the material and the spirit as well combined together. So this is an indicator that it's time for you to step a little bit out of your shell, and express yourself in more of like a understanding that there's a possibility that people are going to think you're a bit crazy. But if you don't share this information that you're receiving, then you're going to feel limited. Okay. And so the whole purpose of this card is for a romantic affiliation, is to share who you really are, with your partner. You do hold back a lot with your partner because your partner probably looks at you like you're crazy. Like when you start talking about spiritual stuff or your experiences. But you need to let them know, hey, this is me. Like, this is who I am too. I'm not just your ordinary, girl or guy. This is who I am. This is what I practice. And so it's about self-expression. It's about being truthful with what you really are feeling, as well as your intuition. All right. And if you are single, Gemini, the same thing. When you start dating people, just tell them straight out, like, hey, man, look, this is my job. This is what I do, but this is what I do for fun. Like I do tarot, or I do astrology, or I for a hobby, I look into all this stuff, or whatever. I'm a spiritual person, things like that. So don't hide that part of you, because you're highly intuitive, Gemini, and the world needs your gifts. All right. And so for that, then you'll be able to understand, or even find a partner who's really like much more accepting of you, of all your aspects, through you expressing them straight out. Like just be like, oh, whatever. If they don't like it, if they don't feel comfortable with you expressing them, then they're not for you. All right. And so that's what we're trying to do here, Gemini, who's single, is to weed out the ones who are not for you, who are not going to be there for the long run. Okay. It's not about, because what I see with single Geminis is people are instantly attracted to you. There is an energy about you that attracts people. Okay, because there's a little bit of mystery, there's a little bit of mischievousness, as well as a little bit of like intellectualism. Okay, and so because of that, people are instantly attracted to you, Gemini. But we're trying to weed out the ones that are not good for you. All right, and so when you start expressing the crazy ideas that you have in your head, or the ones that you think are crazy, that's how you know if they stick around. That's how you know they're going to want to get to know you as a person, all right? Like thoroughly, all right? And so that's what we're trying to do here with the moon, is just being yourself, revealing your darkness, or revealing that which is hidden, I would say, and seeing how that goes. And for the partners, the same thing is kind of like making sure your partner knows what's up, so that what to expect from your life, like what you're into and stuff like that. And so that they could actually support you in this. Okay. So that's what I have for everyone for this week. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys are interested in a emailed reading, go to my website, www.StariAri333.com for that. I do have all of my bookings for the Zoom conference, one-on-ones, booked until like, I would say like the second week of July. So sorry about that, but You guys could always book an emailed reading, which is a recording, and then I give you a picture of your spread as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Be careful with those energies out there. You know, take care of yourselves. You know, you're number one. Okay, make sure you take care of yourself first before you try to take care of someone else. All right, love you guys. Bye bye.